What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to be reacting to you, the subscribers, to hear your thoughts on a couple of topics. Actually, in this video, I'm only have to one topic because this is kind of like an experimental one. We'll see how it goes, but there's definitely going to be more in the future. So let's get it started. Here's the voice number. Go to this. Go to this. If you guys want to leave any kind of thoughts, or you guys want to answer a topic that I put up, it'll probably be a daily thing. Go to this number, call it if you want, leave a voicemail, or I can't answer, I won't answer, I can't answer, okay, it's just a voicemail, or, okay, that'd be awkward, or just type in a message like a few of you guys did, just, okay, do that, alright? If you guys want to do that, it's fine. If you guys don't want to have your name in here, if you don't want to have any of that in here, just don't include it. Or you can, if you text it, just say, hey, look, man, please don't say my name, and I won't say anything, but if you guys have it in there, I'll say it, because I think that means you want a shout out. I don't know, but that's cool. It is what it is. You can shout out whatever you want. You can shout out to your Instagram while you're around here. I don't care. That's all good. But I do want to say this. If anybody does give away their name or something like that, do not point them out in the comments below unless you're like, I like what he had to say, but do not hate on anybody, okay? Because that's not what this is. You can disagree, but if you disagree, you better be in here because I want to see your message next time, and I want to see your message pop up so I can hear your thoughts, because otherwise, come on, man. It's right there. The Google voice number. Oh, I already showed it. It's not there anymore. Okay, it was. Now let's get into this. I'm rambling. So in this video, we're looking at the topic. It was kind of an experimental one. That's why I only have one topic up. And that is, should the Detroit Lions fire Matt Patricia? Now, for me, right now, I would not fire Matt Patricia. Not halfway through the season. I know we've done it before. But I think when you do that to halfway through the season, you're basically giving up on the season. I know a lot of people kind of are. But I wouldn't do that. Not 8 games in. And you know, it's not like they're 0-8 or something along those lines. They're not good, and they should be a lot better. I think this team had a lot of higher expectations. But at least at this point, I would have to at least wait till the end of the season, and then I have to see where you finish. If you're finishing with 4 wins, then I can understand, all right, get this man out of here. Because, look, we had Caldwell, and I'm not saying I liked Caldwell because I was with the Lions. I was rocking with them when they got rid of Caldwell just for the simple fact of this. They were like, look, that's not good enough. We want to be contenders. All right, I'm down with that. You don't want mediocrity because 9-7 is pretty much right there. So he's like, you know what, we want to be better than that. And I'm okay. I was even okay last year with the bad season. Like, hey, we had to learn last year, change the culture. Now this year is when we take off. Just hasn't happened yet. So if they finish terribly this year, I could see it. I wouldn't do it now, but I have to give them a little bit of time, at least the rest of the season. So we'll see what happens. That's just my short little take. Now I want to hear your takes. So again, a couple of you actually did just type them in, so that's cool. We'll read through those, and the voicemails we will listen to, and that's what we'll do. All right, so we're going to start this thing off. Let's actually start this off by reading off of a few of these, okay? So we're going to go to the top. Again, if you don't want your name or whatever, just tell me when you type it in. But this one is from Levi. I think it's Levi. I think that's how you say that. Or Levy. I think it's Levi. That's a cool name. It says they're from mid-Michigan. He said, okay, this is about Matt Patricia. Should Matt Patricia be fired? That is the question that I presented you guys. And this was the first answer by Levi. I got to say, I don't think it's time to fire Matt Patricia, okay? He says, I think right now he's finally experiencing his first good team and as a head coach, and he needs a year or two to make this team more well-rounded. Okay, this offseason will be a good chance for him to be able to watch some film and make some much-needed adjustments. Okay, I like that. So basically the whole thing here was, okay, I don't think we should fire him now because, you know, he's still a young head coach, which he is. He's only 1.5 years in as a head coach. Okay, keep that in mind. I know not a lot of good coaches come off Bill Belichick, but this is a very young coach, so we have to keep that in mind. And a lot of times, good coaches don't come out in a year and a half, okay? A lot of times, new coaches, they take time. They take time to really establish what they are. And I know it's unfortunate, but that's how it works sometimes. Here, Levi says he's experiencing his first good team as a head coach, and in year 2, he will make this team more well-rounded. I hope so. And Levi also says this offseason will be a good chance for him to be able to watch some film, make some much-needed adjustments. Yes, I think this will be a very big offseason if he is still our head coach. I still do think, though, he has to finish with a pretty solid record. You have to at least give me 7 wins. If you can give me 7 wins, I can understand bringing him back again. It'll stink because I think this team is better than that. But, you know, I could see why they would bring him back after 7 wins. So, Levi, appreciate you. Shout out to you. There you go. You are in this video. Okay. All right. Now we're going to step in here. And this is from Anonymous. Okay, cool. That's not their name. It's just, there's no name. All right. I didn't know if you caught on to that. I wasn't sure. Okay. I think that Patricia should be fired if 2 things, oh, this is going to be a good one, don't happen by the end of the season. Okay, here we go. Number 1, the defense doesn't improve at least somewhere around 18th in the league. I like that. I really do like that. And 2, if the Lions don't go at least 8-8. I like that. That's good. I can pretty much go for that. If the defense doesn't improve to at least 18th. Now, I know there's been injuries, But man, you are the defensive guru. If you can't give me to at least around above 20, like so you're not. That's not even asking for an average defense. But I need to see this defense get better. This defense has to improve, especially this week, man. If tomorrow we play the Bears and we get destroyed, come on now. That is not a good look for you, Matt Patricia, not being the defense guru. I know that your defensive injuries and maybe, not everything's in your control and you can't get them into the top 10. I thought this was going to be maybe the best defense in the league. We're 31st, bro. I like this. And at least 8-8. I like that too. Okay, so shout out to you. Don't know who you are exactly, but shout out to you. You know who you are if you're watching this video, so that's really cool. We have another anonymous message, and it says this. If the Lions don't make the playoffs, then yes, Patricia should be fired. Okay, so you're saying this year, all right, so you wanted to start getting run to the table. Okay, I see you. That's what I think could happen too. He's supposed to be a defensive genius, and well, look at the stats. Okay, there you go. Bob Quinn should also be held accountable. Okay, I like it. How many Pro Bowlers has he drafted? I think 1 from Lone Wolf. Okay, this is Lone Wolf. All right, shout out to you. Okay, this is not anonymous. So he's saying, hey, look, they only drafted 1 Pro Bowler. And what is Bob Quinn doing? Now, I think this, okay, I thought about this a little bit while I was chilling. I thought about this. Obviously Matt Patricia is going to tell him what he wants, but it is a little bit accountable on Bob Quinn, because if it didn't have anything to do with what the GM or what the man selecting the draft picks is doing, then why did we fire our other GMs before? Why have other GMs been fired in the past? Because of the same reason. They're not making the right draft picks. I can tell you what I want, but if you don't give me the person that I want, or if you give me someone that's not exactly, that doesn't work out, right? If you give me someone that's injury prone. I mean, we've drafted a lot of injury prone players, and they get injured in the league. What the heck am I supposed to do with that as a coach? Now, I understand the coach has some influence, so I'm not exactly sure how much, so it's kind of hard for me to judge. But I do like what Lone Wolf says here. Let's stay on what he had to say. How many Pro Bowlers have you drafted? And he says, if the Lions don't make the playoffs, then yes, Patricia should be fired. So there's a very good chance he does get fired this year, according to Lone Wolf, or he should get fired this year, because there's a really good chance they don't make the playoffs. But they definitely still could. Lone Wolf, let's hope they do. And our final message, our final typed up message is from Nato G. I'm going to go with Nato G. I'm not exactly sure which one it is. You can let me know in the comments. He says this: I don't think Matty P should be fired, because if we do, we wouldn't get any better and just waste more of Stafford's career, which is just horrible to think of the pain we put this man through, which is very, very true. But I do think we get a new special teams and defensive coordinator and invest in an O-line and a pass rusher through the draft or trade near the future. Okay, I like that. And then they said a second message. I'm not sure how quickly after, or if it just split in two. Okay, it looks like a second one. He says, also, I don't fault him for his first year. It wasn't his team yet. This year is officially his new team. So it's ridiculous to judge off of that. So many others have had years and still nothing to change, aka Jason Garrett. Okay, I like that one. It's his new team. It's ridiculous. But he says, look, I would invest in special teams and defensive coordinator. Okay, interesting. Special teams. I like that. Haven't heard that before. I don't think I've heard that at all from anybody. So cool. And then he says invest in O-line. Definitely needs to be a thing. But the thing I'm worried about a little bit there is we've done it. It's not working. So okay, we'll see what happens. Again, okay. And a pass rusher through the draft or trade near in the future. Okay, I like those. I like all the points there. I like what they had to say. Like, it's not fair to judge him based off of really 8 games, because last year wasn't even his team. Good stuff. Shout out to you guys. You guys are all awesome. Shout out to all of you guys if you had your thing in there. Now, we're going to listen to 2 voicemails that I actually have. I may have gotten another one while we were in here. No, it's just the system giving me a message. I don't know why. We're going to be listening to these. Yes, I got my coach headphones. You guys know if you know. If you don't know, then you should know. You got to go watch the video. Okay, let's check this out. We have our first one here. So let's listen to it. Again, I don't want to hear anybody going off on what anybody has to say. I don't want to hear that in the comments. This is a not a thought-free zone, but this is like an opinion-free zone. You can have any opinion you want. Everybody's right to their own opinion. So we're just going to listen. We're going to see what they have to say. This is actually a minute-long message, so that'll be really cool. Let's get it started. Unless they couldn't figure out how to end it or start it, because that could be the case. Things a little weird. Let's get it started.
I say do not fire Matt Patricia this year. We're going to wait the season out.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we'll give him one more year.
Okay.
And if nothing works, then we are going to get rid of him.
Okay.
As you know, this culture change really hasn't done well for these Lions. We've heard some concerns already. Diggs getting traded, thinking it was
Yeah, for sure. I like it. Okay, it looks like they're kind of just.
So if the system don't work, then May not keep him after this year. We still got a season to go, though, so.
Very true.
Hopefully, we get results before the end of the season. Because it's going to be tough sledding after the season ends. We'll see what happens then.
Awesome. Okay, so the first voice message goes awesome. I love it. This is going to be really cool. You guys have to do this. You guys have to do this, okay? You want to type? That's all good. I know some people don't like to talk. That's all good. It's all good. But I like this. I'm not sure who this is from Anonymous. But I like what they had to say. He says, basically, we have to wait out the year, which I think you should. I don't think you should fire the coach during the year. Not a year and a half in. Maybe if you're 5 years in and this dude is just ruining everything, which I know some people want to say that he is, but I wouldn't do it yet, not during the season. He says they'll give him another year. If nothing works, they'll get rid of him. And he says, look, this culture change hasn't honestly worked because of the Diggs trade and stuff like that, which you could make an argument is true, right? I mean, the culture change was a big deal. That's what was happening last year, but it really hasn't looked so good. So he says, look, it's going to be tough sledding in the offseason, which it definitely could be. So I like that. I appreciate you. Now let's get into our final message of the video. Here we go. It's kind of a short one, so make sure you guys listen closely. Let's get it started.
Patricia should not be fired because he's proved that his defense can play well, but his offense is just playing really well this season, but his defense is not doing so well this season. But injury-riddled season is not really his fault. And he's putting his team in the best positions to win. They just cannot perform. So, no, not soon. Not until he can prove that he's bad.
Okay, I kind of like this one. This one had me thinking a little bit here. And he's kind of right to a point. I think everybody's, looking at it like, look, man, he just can't. He's a defensive genius, and look at the defense. But I kind of like what he said here. He said, look, yes, is it playing bad this year? And he kind of puts a lot of that on injuries, which is okay. I know a lot of people do, and you definitely could. There's no problem in doing that. But he also says this, look, he has proven that he can have a good defense. Last year, he took that team that wasn't totally his own, and he made them a really good defense. So I kind of like that. He has proven that he can have a good defense. It's just that now he's not, and all these injuries are piling up, and he's putting them in the right position. And I think he's going more to the fact they're just not performing because of the injuries and stuff along those lines. So it's not really his fault, but he's also proven, look, he's got a good offense too. So I like this. He says they just cannot perform. He says, so not sooner until he can prove that he's that bad. Okay, so I like it. Look, all of you guys, I shout out to all of you guys. If you didn't say your name or you said your name, shout out to you. If you saw your own message, that's awesome. I'm glad you did. Hopefully you guys all checked out this video if you left me a message, because otherwise I don't know what you're doing. But either way, you guys just leave the number at the beginning of the video. The number will also be in the community. So if you guys are like, where's the topics going to be? It's going to be in the community. Okay, so you guys got to check out the community daily. Check out the community daily. Look at the topics. Use the voicemail number. Wow, I can't English. Use the number. Call in or type, and I will read it off. Say whatever you want. Shout out yourself. Do whatever you want. And we'll react to those. So this was an awesome turnout. Appreciate all of you guys. Should Patricia be fired? I would say more people were to the side of not yet. I think everybody was to that side. I think one person said yes. Because at the end of the year, but I don't think anybody wants to fire him right at this point. So that's really cool. You guys heard them all. Thank you, Pat, for watching. I don't want to just drag this on for no reason. And I'm out.